Have you ever felt frustrated because people didn't act the way you wanted? Maybe a friend canceled plans, a colleague didn't reply, or someone didn't support your idea. You feel upset because you want to control what others do. But here's the truth, you can't. And trying will only stress you out. Mel Robbins, a best-selling author and motivational speaker, has a powerful two-word mantra that can change everything. Let them. These words can help you release control, reduce stress, and focus on what you can control, yourself. And we will add a second part, let me. This is how you take your power back. Today, you will learn what this mantra means, why it works, and how to apply it in your life. Welcome to Better Self, the channel where you improve your English while learning practical strategies for a better life. Ready? Let's dive in. Chapter 1. The Problem of Control. One of the biggest sources of stress in life is trying to control other people. Think about it. How many times have you felt upset because someone didn't do what you wanted? Maybe a friend didn't text you back quickly. Maybe your partner didn't agree with your plans. Maybe a family member ignored your advice. In each of these situations, your frustration came from a single thought. They should have done what I expected. Why do we do this? Because we believe that if people behave the way we want, life will be easier. But here's the truth. Trying to control others never works. People are not robots. They have their own desires, priorities, and choices. And when we try to control them, we create stress inside ourselves and tension in the relationship. This need for control is often linked to fear. We fear rejection, failure, or disappointment. So we try to manage everything, even people. But this only makes life heavier. It's like carrying a weight you don't need to carry. Here's the problem. The more you try to control others, the less energy you have to control the one thing that truly matters, you. The reality is simple. You cannot control anyone but yourself. And the moment you accept this, life becomes lighter. Reflection exercise. Write down one situation where you are trying to control someone. Ask yourself, why do I want to control this? How is it making me feel? Then imagine letting go. Imagine saying, let them. Notice how that feels. That's freedom. Chapter 2. Introducing the let them rule. Now that you understand the problem with control, let's talk about the solution. Mel Robbins created a powerful rule called the let them rule. It's simple, but it can completely change your life. Here's what it means. When people act in ways you don't like, let them. When your friend cancels plans, let them. When your colleague doesn't respond to your email, let them. When your family makes choices you wouldn't make, let them. Why is this rule so powerful? Because it reminds you of the truth. You cannot control other people, and trying to control them only creates stress and frustration. But when you accept reality and let people be who they are, you set yourself free. You stop wasting energy on things you can't change, and start focusing on what you can control. Your actions, your thoughts, and your emotions. Does this mean you let people treat you badly? No. It means you stop expecting them to change for your comfort. You can set boundaries, but you don't try to control their choices. Reflection exercise. Think of one person whose behavior frustrates you. Say these words out loud. Let them. Repeat it until you feel your body relax. This is your first step toward peace. Chapter 3. Why let them works. Why does the let them rule work so well? The answer is simple. It changes the way you think about control. Most stress comes from wanting reality to be different from what it is. You expect people to act a certain way. When they don't, you feel pain. But when you let go of the expectation, you let go of the pain. Here's the psychology. Your brain likes certainty. It wants to predict and control the future. But other people are unpredictable. When you try to control them, your brain goes into overdrive, creating stress and anxiety. Saying, let them, is like pressing the off button on that stress machine. It reminds you, their life is their choice. My peace is my choice. Another reason this works is because it gives you back your power. When you stop focusing on others, you can invest that energy in your goals, your happiness, and your growth. Instead of asking, why don't they change? You start asking, what can I do to feel better right now? Reflection. Write down 3 situations where you tried to control someone. Next to each one, write, let them. Read it slowly. Feel the weight leave your shoulders. That's freedom. Chapter 4. The second part. Let me you. Now let's talk about the second part. Let me. If they can do what they want, you can do what you want too. This is the part most people forget. They spend so much time trying to control others that they forget they have power over their own life. Let me is about taking back that power. If your friend cancels plans, let them. And let me enjoy a quiet night. If your coworker ignores your email, let them, and let me use the time to finish my work. If someone criticizes your choice, let them, and let me live my life with confidence. These 2 words, let me, are like magic. They give you permission to take care of yourself, to do what makes you happy, and to stop waiting for others to make you feel good. Reflection exercise. Complete these 3 sentences. When they cancel plans, let me, Archie. When they complain, let me, Hasso. When they judge me, let me, Bamaiwa. This is how you turn frustration into freedom. Chapter 5. Applying let them in relationships. Relationships are one of the biggest areas where we try to control others. We want friends to call, partners to agree, and family to support us. When they don't, we feel hurt or angry. But here's the truth. Love is not control. Respect is not control. The healthiest relationships happen when people feel free. So how do you use the let them rule in relationship? If your partner doesn't want to join you for an activity, let them. If your friend makes a choice you don't agree with, let them. If your family criticizes your decision, let them. Why? Because their choices belong to them, not to you. You don't have to like it, but you don't have to fight it either. When you stop trying to control others, your relationships improve. You become calmer, more understanding, and more loving. And here's the best part. People often respond with more respect when they feel free. Reflection. Write down 2 situations in your relationships where you can apply this rule today. Then take action. Say let them, and feel the peace inside you. Chapter 6. Using let them at work. Workplaces are full of things you can't control. A colleague doesn't reply to your email, your boss changes the plan last minute, a team member doesn't meet the deadline. When these things happen, frustration builds up. But here's the truth. Just like in life, you cannot control people at work. You can only control your response. The let them mantra is powerful here. If someone is slow, let them. If someone takes credit, let them. Why? Because getting angry won't change their behavior, but it will hurt your peace and your performance. Instead, shift your focus. Say, let me do my best. Let me stay calm. Let me succeed. Here's a tip. When you feel stress rising at work, stop and say, let them. Then ask, what can I do right now to make progress? This small shift will save your energy and protect your mental health. Reflection. Write down 1 workplace situation that stressed you this week. Then write, let them. Let me focus on what I can control. Read it aloud. Chapter 7. The freedom of not controlling others. Imagine waking up one day and deciding you will not control anyone. Not your partner, your kids, your friends, your co-workers. You just let them live. How does that feel? Light, joy, free, peaceful. That's the gift of the let them mantra. When you stop trying to control people, you gain energy. Your mind becomes calm. Your heart feels lighter. You have more time for the things that matter. Your health, your goals, your happiness. You realize something powerful. Your peace never depended on others. It was always yours to choose. This doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop controlling. You can love people deeply without trying to manage their every move. You can set boundaries without guilt. And you can protect your energy without apology. Reflection. Close your eyes and imagine a life where you let go of control completely. What would change? Write it down. That's the life you can start building today. Chapter 8. When to use Let Me for self-care. Let me is your permission slip for peace. Too often, we put others first and ignore our needs. We cancel our plans, skip our rest, and give away our energy. But what if you stopped doing that? What if you said, let me take care of myself? If someone wants to argue, let them and let me stay calm. If someone wastes time, let them and let me focus on my goals. If someone judges me, let them and let me protect my peace. This mindset changes everything. It moves you from waiting for others to give you happiness to creating your own happiness. Tip: write 5 let me statements today. Let me rest. Let me read. Let me go for a walk. Let me work on my dreams. Let me love myself. Say them out loud. Repeat them daily. Self-care is not selfish. It's survival. Chapter 9. Real-life stories and examples. Mel Robbins herself used this mantra to reduce stress in her life. She was trying to control everything, her kids, her work, her relationships, and it was exhausting. Then she started saying, let them. She stopped arguing. She stopped trying to fix everyone. And guess what? Her stress melted away. She felt lighter, calmer, and happier. Here's another story. A woman was upset because her friends didn't invite her to a party. Instead of feeling hurt, she said, let them. Let me enjoy my evening. She stayed home, read a book, and had a great time. Later, her friends apologized, but she didn't need it. Why? Because she didn't give them the power to control her happiness. When you start using this mantra, you'll feel the same freedom. It's not about giving up, it's about letting go. Chapter 10. Reflection exercise. Now it's your turn. Take 5 minutes and answer these questions. 1. Where in your life are you trying to control others? 2. How does it make you feel? 3. What would happen if you said, let them? 4. What is one thing you can do for yourself today? Start with, let me. For example, let them cancel plans. Let me enjoy a movie at home. Let them complain. Let me stay calm. Let them doubt me. Let me believe in myself. Write it down. Do it today. This exercise is not just words, it's a habit that changes your life. Because when you let go of control, you create peace. And when you create peace, you create freedom. You cannot control others, but you can control yourself. The mantra is simple. Let them, let me. Let them live their life. Let me focus on mine. If you remember these words, you will feel less stress and more freedom. If you found this lesson helpful, subscribe to Better Self for more tips to grow as a person and improve your English at the same time.